sure you from Armenia listen that where is EU mission when Azerbaijan is shooting? Can you answer that question?
Very often we hear from incidents, then we are going there, but sometimes it's already it's 2.5 hours or 2 hours to go there. So the incident very often is over when we are there. So that is why you don't hear from us, because there was an exchange of shooting. We don't know who started, and we can not even verify if it happened, because there's no damage, nothing really happened. That is most of the time. We have cases where you have the possibility to see evidence that there was shooting. That is what we are then reporting to Brussels. But we are reporting to Brussels, not to the Armenian government or the Armenian media.
Have you ever been in place where in that moment Azerbaijan shot?
Yes, we have been, but it was only so far 2 times. And it was always we were the witness, we were not the target. So it was last September east of Sotk. We have been seen from the distance the exchange of artillery fire between Azerbaijan and Armenia. And last August we have been southeast of Sotk in the near Armenian position where there was an exchange of small arms fire. But normally these things are happening when we are not there, and mostly in the night. From the Armenian government, as the host country, we have freedom of movement everywhere, and it works quite well. In the area of Nerkin-Hand, southeast of Kapan, there is a checkpoint from the Russian FSB border guards, and they stop us at that checkpoint. They don't let us through. We only managed so far to go once further direction to Nerkin-Hand. That was last summer, and that was after 2 hours of negotiations between Armenian military escort and the Russians. But if we go on our own, they don't let us through. As long as they are there, and the situation did not change. And we agreed with the Armenian government not to provoke any tricky situation, to stay away from there. That's also in the wish and with the will of the Armenian government. But this area here is quite calm, and since we are here, since our arrival, nothing really happened. For us, this mission is a success and that is for both sides, if we have less incidents, if the people feel more safe and secure in the area. This is a success of the mission, and I think after 1 year I can say that we have this success, because definitely we still have incidents in the area, but much less than before we arrived here. And what I heard and learned is, since our arrival here, no civilians have been injured or killed, and yeah, that is a success for the mission. We have incidents and ceasefire violations, but we cannot say which side did it. We cannot say it publicly because we are not there when these things are starting. As I said before, in the vehicle, 2 times we have been eyewitness of shooting incidents, but we arrived there when this shooting incident was already going on, and we could not say who started. And it's always an exchange of fire, small arms fire or artillery fire, and so we cannot name the number of which side how often violated. This we cannot do. Well, it was agreed to have a European Union presence in Armenia in October 22 on the Prague summit of the European Union political community. Azerbaijan said that they would somehow tolerate this presence, but not on their territory. So it was clear from the very beginning that only patrols would be possible on the Armenian side. Later of this year, in December then when there was a request from the Armenian government to have a permanent mission here, Azerbaijan also said no, they don't want us to be on the other side. So there's no chance to go to the other side. We are only patrolling on the Armenian side of the border and the line of control. Since last autumn, the media echo and the press releases from Azerbaijan are more negative regarding us. So they say we are spying, we are of no use, and it was never agreed to have a long permanent mission here. But yeah, that's how we have to live with this. But even if they would agree, we would only stay. If they say yes, it's a good thing to have a mission on the Armenian side. We still would only stay on the Armenian side. So for us, there is not a huge difference.
Normally, we have other lens for the big lens to make like close-up pictures, and then we analyze them after the patrol in a office.
It's not being published.
No. We not publish. It's just for our reporting and our use. We just after the coming to our observation place, we know that we have own observation places, and from these observation places we have a nice view to the positions and to the landscape. So what we do, we use the bino. We check the situation, how it is. Of course, we were proper. We always visible with the blue vest, and then we do the pictures because we don't want to be very long time displayed for any actors, and we're doing pictures like overview, then close-up pictures. And then we left the area. That's it. Usually by this type of patrols. Then in the office we analyze the pictures if there are some markant changes, and we report all findings to Brussels or to our superiors.
Where they exactly are, but where they exactly are, but.
The monitors here, we are planning patrols mostly 1 week in advance. If there's not something special we have to go. So they are looking where have we been the last week, where we haven't been a long time ago. So we should look if there are changes. So they are planning this, then they make a patrol plan, and then according to this plan, they are going in the morning or in the late afternoon for a night patrol on the road. We have two types of patrols. We have patrols directly alongside the seas, not on the line of confrontation and the border. These types of patrols, we do escorted or not escorted by Armenian security forces, and we have patrols where we are visiting the villages, the farms, the little towns in the area of the border, in the conflict affected area. There we go on our own. We are visiting people. We are parking on the main square, on the marketplace. We are visiting schools, the mayors. That depends. Sometimes we are stopping if we see people in the field working. Yeah, and that's when we talk with them. It's though the people we will meet, this is not really planned because we never know in advance who exactly, if we don't have an appointment. So it depends who's available, who we can talk to, who's willing to talk with us. But most of the people are willing, and they're telling us about their concerns. Yeah, that's what they're doing. And then after returning from a patrol, we make a patrol report about where they have been. They take pictures. These are archived. And they are only archived in our system. So once a week we make a report to Brussels. That is more on statistics, how many patrols, how many people, what have we done. And then we make monthly reports, and if we have special incidents, for example, what happened at the Lachin corridor last September, then we make special reports. And these reports are sent only to Brussels.
Usually what they do, they just do the small kind of not reinforcement, but some small reconstructions or something would make the life of soldiers on the positions better.
Probably will understand that they are going to attack or something.
If there is some gathering and something non-usual, so we can some kind of only think that maybe something is going on. But it could be, sometimes you see the cistern, you think it's a cistern with fuel, but it could be a cistern with water, because the soldiers on the position, they need drink.
Yeah.
And they have problem with drinking water. But if you see some military activity, which is not usual, like amount of soldiers, technique, then again we report it, and if something, then the others decide what's going on. Are you some kind of afraid to work here? Do you have problem with to reach your field?
Չէ, շուտվանից էլ այդ սահմանի վրա 18 թվից էլ առաջ նույն դիրքերն ա մնացել։ Մերոնք էլ հələ մեզանից միջև ներքևի 5 կիլոմետր, հենց անմիջապես սահմանի վրա ուրիշ հողամասեր կար, բոլորն են մշակում են կրակոց, բան չկա։ Պատերազմի վաղտը մի երկու անգամ իրար դիրքերի վրա են կրակել, առանձնապես ոչ մի պրոբլեմ չկա այստեղ մեր մոտ։
Can you please specify, you mentioned the incident during the war. Which war it was and what type of incident you mentioned?
18-20 թվի պատերազմի ժամանակ դիրքերի վրա են կրակել փոքր կալիբրի զենքերից միջև դեշեկա դրանից բարձր չի եղել։
Thank you. You mentioned you got the land in 90s. All this vineyard is yours, or is just a couple of lines you cultivate here?
Այստեղ 15 շարքն ա մեր է, 90 սեփական աշնորհումից հետո 15 քիչ այստեղ 2000 հեկտար, 0.3 հեկտար, շատ քիչ տենց սեփական աշնորհված հողեր են, ու 92 թվից սեփական աշնորհին մշակում ենք, պրոբլեմ չի եղել։
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Շատ շնորհակալ եմ։
I wish you all the best.
Ձեզ շատ հաջողություններ։
Nice holiday.
Շատ լավ տոն եք
Easter.
զատիկը։ Yeah.